Those were my husband's last words to my mother. Right before he laughed and hung up, I was standing 3 feet away, holding the divorce papers he just forced me to sign after 12 years of marriage. I thought my life was over. I had no idea that in 60 seconds, his world was about to collapse. My name is Emily Carter. Daniel and I met young and broke. Back then, he called me his greatest blessing. Then his salary exploded, and somewhere along the way, I became his embarrassment instead. You don't make enough. You have no ambition. Nothing I did was ever enough. One rainy morning, he threw a manila envelope on the counter. Divorce papers. Already signed. I'm tired of carrying dead weight. I signed without a word. Then, just to humiliate me one last time, he called my mother on speaker. Come pick up your useless daughter. I don't want her anymore. A pause. Then calmly, we'll be there in 1 minute. Click. Daniel laughed. Let's see what kind of junk car they show up in. He had no idea. He knew my parents were wealthy, but never once asked what my father actually did. He assumed old money. He never bothered to find out. 60 seconds later, 6 black Cadillac Escalades turned onto our street. Men in tailored suits stepped out. My mother emerged in an elegant coat and simply said, "My sweetheart," then looked at Daniel with quiet disappointment. One man said, "Mrs. Whitmore, everything is ready." Daniel's eyes locked on the logo on his jacket. Whitmore Holdings. His face went white. Whitmore? I never hid my last name, I said. You never told me. You never asked. My father arrived next, beside Richard Lawson, the CEO of Daniel's company. Mr. Whitmore, the acquisition finalizes next week. Daniel's company, being bought by my family. The woman he just called dead weight was the daughter of the people about to own the business he'd spent years trying to impress. My father only said, "You didn't know because you never wanted to know." As I carried my last box to the car, Daniel followed. Emily, I'm sorry, I turned. If my parents had shown up in an old pickup truck instead of 6 Escalades, would you still be apologizing? He said nothing. I already had my answer. You didn't lose a wealthy wife today. You lost the woman who loved you before success mattered. I left. The months after were painful, but my mother gave me a purpose. Running a foundation that helped women rebuild after painful marriages. I met a nurse who'd been drained of her savings, a mother starting over with 3 kids. Their strength became mine. Daniel's life, meanwhile, unraveled on its own. His promotion vanished. His friends disappeared once the money stopped flowing. Eventually, he entered therapy. 18 months later, an email arrived. I owe you an apology. We met at a small coffee shop. No arrogance this time, just tired eyes. I don't want you back. I just need you to know. I was wrong. I asked the question I'd carried for years. If my family had been poor, would you still have left me? He looked down. Yes, it hurt, but it also freed me. Our marriage hadn't ended over money. It ended because he had changed. I forgive you, I said. I don't deserve that. No, but forgiveness isn't about what you deserve. It's about what I refuse to keep carrying. 3 years later, the foundation had helped hundreds of women rebuild. And I'd fallen in love again. With Michael, a man who never once measured me by a number. Daniel changed too, stepping back from chasing titles to mentor younger employees. When one asked his secret to success, he said, "Don't confuse admiration with respect. They're not the same thing." Years later, I saw him again, quietly volunteering at a community Thanksgiving dinner. Hi, Emily. Hi, Daniel. I never thanked you for forgiving me. I didn't do it for you. I smiled. I know. Watching everyone around me share a meal, I finally understood. The Escalades didn't save me. Daniel's downfall was never my victory. The real victory came the moment I stopped measuring my worth by someone else's opinion. Because sometimes, the person who calls you worthless simply doesn't have the character to see your value. And walking away from the wrong person isn't losing them at all. It's finally finding yourself.